Hi, Oli. Could you just talk about how you felt the last five games, compare that to the first four games as a King before you were out of the lineup?
Mm. Um, well, I think it's just playing more simple. I think it's going back to the basics, doing nothing extra, just building it that way. I think that's just the way you build your confidence up, and I think been working. I think playing with Strander too. He we both kind of feed off of each other, and he talks a lot out there. I talk a lot out there. I think it feels pretty good.
So would you say you're a lot more comfortable now than you were in those first couple of games with the Kings?
I think so, yeah, yeah, and I think time too. I think more time just getting to the used to the systems, just getting that in your backbone so you don't think out there.
And you mentioned playing with Austin Strand. Just what are your impressions of him? Obviously, you've been with him for his first four NHL games.
Well, he first of all he works hard in practice, off the ice, on the ice. I think that's a good sign, and he just wants to get better every day. I think that's a big thing. As a player, I think he has a lot of the weapons. I think he's a pretty fluid skater. He thinks the game the right way, and he plays the game the right way. He has some offense, but he doesn't cheat the game. So I think he's going to be a really good player.
Next up is John Hoven.
Oh, can you talk with as much detail as possible about maybe how Trent Yawn has helped you, establish your game here in Los Angeles over the past month or so?
Yeah, I think Jan's been a big part. Well, first of all, when I came here, just talking about just trying to get me into the systems. Obviously, it takes some time, and I struggled a little bit at the beginning there, but he's always been talking to me. I've been showing me clips, and then just talking about my game, and then just trying to get me going. I think he's helped a lot in that way. And just the basic things, how you make the game a little easier for yourself.
And when you're trying to, find your footing, if you will, here in LA, do you go back and look at clips from before, earlier in your career, and try to remind yourself of things that maybe you were doing then that you're not doing now? Or is it more about watching current clips and just figuring out the adjustments that you need to make?
So I myself, I like to watch different players too, or different games too, and what guys do out there, and then obviously watching my own clips, and just trying to figure out those little things that make the game easier for you. They're probably not the biggest changes or anything like that. I think this is just the reads and the decisions you do with and without the pockets positioning wise. It's little things that actually make a huge difference.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you.
Next up is Zach Dooley.
Hey, Oli, playing with Austin Strand, and it's only been a few games for him as he's kind of gotten adjusted to the NHL. Has it been an opportunity for you to help kind of guide and lead him a little bit as he gets his feet wet?
Well, yeah, I know it's not. It's always exciting, and you definitely have some nerves playing that first game. But I think right away when he hopped out there, didn't seem like it. He looked like he's been in a league for a couple of years, and he didn't look like he had any nerves. He just played, and that's a big thing. Also, we talk a lot, little things where each other like to do on the ice, where they want the puck, or which way they want to go, just things like that that you want to get on the same page. So I think it's been working pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily say, obviously I'm trying to help him out every time he asks questions and stuff, but I think it goes both ways. We both have to talk to each other.
And you've been a big part of the penalty kill so far this year. Both special teams units seem to be going pretty well right now. What in your mind has been successful for this group on the PK?
Well, I think we're first of all we're blocking shots. We're paying the price. Obviously, when you playing one down, like that's something you might have to do sometimes, and we're not hesitant with that. And secondly, I think just being um, being clear in systems. I think when you know everybody else is going to be. What's your job? It just makes it so much easier. I'm definitely talking to PK now more what I'm focused on, and it just makes it easier when you know you can go, when you know where you have to be. It takes the thinking out of it and takes those little hesitations out of it. It just makes it easier.
Thanks, Ollie.
Yeah, thanks.
Next up is Daryl Evans.
Hi, Oli. Tomorrow you're going to play an opponent that's been off for a couple of weeks. Recently, you played against Vegas. It was off for a long period of time. Didn't have a great first period. What would you like to see your team do differently early on in tomorrow's game to get off to a good start?
Well, I think starting off well is a huge thing. I think the games we've been doing that, we've been pretty successful, and I think the games we haven't had the great first period. You fall down 1-2 goals. It's tough to come back. The teams nowadays, there's a league nowadays so tight. There's not a lot of scoring chances. So if you fall down, it's not easy. So I think that starts a big thing. I think we want to play with the puck and playing their end. Just trying to be on our toes and making play on their heels. That's a big thing right off the bat.